What's up, YouTube? I'm coming back at you, man. After that quick video I made last night, I got to make another one. And before we get to talking, I was getting like, man, I was up in Wyoming and Nebraska in the wind, dealing with fours. I was like, damn. But anyway, I reset my tripometer back in Kansas City. I'm on my way to St. Louis, and we're climbing a little slight grade right now, but we back up. I don't know if you can see that because I got my turned around on you, but 6.9. I don't know whatever you can see, but all the damn gauge package on this truck, man, I am in love with it. Everything. I mean, it's basically set up like my old truck. I can put the same old radio. Anybody radio enthusiast, man? I'm an old school trucker, man. I'm class of 2000, so I got that Connex 3300. It's a single final. But let me tell you, that little thing right there will talk. It's single final. It's been peaked and tuned and super tuned, and I put a modulator in it. It's got the original Road King mic with a static cord, 18 foot of RG8 coax and I still stick with my Francis whip on the side. You know, cheap, and unless you're pushing power, man, you can't beat a Francis. For 20 bucks, which I get the 4 foot, maybe about 30 bucks. Let's see if I can adjust this. But yeah, everybody says, Sam, you're gonna be lucky to get 6s in that truck. And unless you got any aerodynamics on the top, you're gonna be lucky, to be 5.5. And I'm here to say, I'm doing it. Flat top setup, Great Dane trailer. A good 3.5, 4 foot of trailer sticking up over my sleeper back there. And it's sitting back off the cab of the sleeper, shit, a good 6 foot, so no aerodynamics, but it's all driving habits. Look at this. And I'm running 65 miles an hour and 6.9. And right there's where it's about averaging. And shit, low RPMs, just easy on the throttle, man. As always, I'm going off that boost gauge. I keep that boost gauge down. I don't know if you can see it, but if you can, I keep that boost gauge down to 0. Look at that, 65 miles an hour, just Cadillacing, man. It's like Ludacris said, 2 miles an hour. But yeah, let's get that out of the way. I got a couple things I want to talk about today. And damn, I need to shave that shit. I ain't shaved since November. I want to see how long I get it. I ain't never grew this out before. But every time now it's then gotten to the point where every time I want to cut it, I feel like I got an attachment to it or something. I want, man, it only took me 4 months to grow this out. 4 or 5 months to grow it out. So I ain't shaved probably since probably the 4th week in November. But yeah, I probably shave back, clean it up. Oh shit, man, a lot of things has changed since I've been gone. And what y'all think about that election? And my boy pulled it off. Man, I was a Trump fan the moment he said, what was it, June 8th or something like that, 2016 or 15, when it was, he said he was going to run for it. I was like, that's my man. But you got to take it in mind, everybody's hating on him. I've been a Trump supporter before he's even going to be running for a president. I read all of his books and stuff, and damn good stories in his books. There's good background story on him. So I was a Trump fan. A lot of people's like, oh, you're a Trump fan, you're racist. Man, don't even get caught up in that bullshit. That's just somebody says something and everybody believes it. How could you be racist? Hell, half my friend base is black, half my friend base is Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Korean, Filipino. So don't get twisted up on that race baiting shit. That's some bullshit. It's just my opinion. No, I think it's scientifically proven. We all the same damn person, whether you black or you white, Hispanic, it don't make a shit. Korean, Asian, We all have the same heart. We all have the same brain. Well, some of us got a little, some of us lacking in the brain department, but we all the same people. We all got the same DNA. Matter of fact, thinking of DNA, you trace back your DNA, and it's going to go all the way back to the sand tribes of Africa. So what does that tell you? We all the same damn people. Now, this is my theory. I'm not trying to get off on race shit, but I mean, there's so much racism today, man, and people just need to educate themselves and understand we all the same damn people. Let's go back a millennia. Let's go back 3 millennia, 3, 4, 5,000 years ago. All of our ancestors is based right there in Africa. Say the Sand Tribe. They got the oldest known DNA on planet Earth. The Sand Tribes in Africa. All right, or Sand people they call them. All people's DNA can be traced back to those people. Well, let's say 10,000 years ago. Everybody's right there and congregated in that one little area, and they get too big for it, so they start expanding. They fill up all of Africa. Next thing you know, they're at the top of Africa. Next thing you know, they're spewing out, over into Asia, over into the Antarctica and all that shit. Anyway, we end up people all over the damn place. And here's something funny, you know what I'm saying? I'm dark skinned. I mean, you can't really see it right there in that damn. Let me touch the screen. You can't really see it, but I'm tan. I'm dark, and man, you would not believe how many encounters I had. By the time I was 20, people talked Spanish to me because they thought I was Hispanic, and I get it. I mean, I was dark. I got a lot of Native American Indian in my pretty recent ancestry. But when I was young, I was dark as hell. And then when I got older and I started working, I started getting whiter. I started losing my tan. Then I started looking like this, and I'm like, what the hell? I ain't that dark. Because I wasn't in the sun. I wasn't out playing. And now I'm all the time working. And I noticed how my skin tone changed. Now think about those people in Africa. You're in a culture where, you basically clothesless. You always wear, you ain't got no clothes on because, it's hot as hell. You start getting into colder climates. You start covering up. After a couple generations, say a millennia of generations, babies are going to start coming out lighter. It's just evolution. It's just how the body adapts to your climate conditions. I mean, my best friend's black growing up. In the wintertime, he'd be a light-skinned brother. And he'd be like, man, I can't wait till that sun comes out in the summertime. I gotta get my tan back. and my best friend's black. He turned light skinned in the winter, and summertime he get dark. But just think about that for a minute. That's just my own little personal opinion. You take a black family out of Africa and you put them up in the Arctic somewhere, and that same family thrives for a millennia of generations. 2,000-3,000 generations with that same family. Their skin tone's gonna get lighter. It's gonna get lighter. It's gonna get lighter. So, I mean, all this racism shit, it's stupid. It's kind of like, I'll understand racism when I see a golden retriever hate on a black, or let's say a chocolate lab hate on a black lab. You know what I'm saying? They're the same damn dog, different color. But anyway, enough about the racism bullshit. Yeah, Trump's president. Shit, he's knocking shit down. If you don't like Trump, that's okay. I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion. Ain't no sweat off my back who you like. It ain't my business who you like. See, that's where everybody gets shit twisted. They think everybody else's opinions is their business. It ain't your business. It's their business. Like, for example, you're probably looking at me right now. If you don't like what I'm saying, you're like, fuck what this white boy's saying, or fuck what this dude's saying. That's none of my business what you think about me. And honestly, I don't give a shit about what you think about me. It's not my business. That's your business. You're only hurting yourself. If you have hatred towards me, it don't affect me. Buddha, one of my favorite Buddha quotes said, being mad and holding anger in is like picking up a hot coal waiting to throw it at somebody. You're the only one getting burned. So, anyway, let all that damn dogmatic thinking leave your system and get a little non-biased in your blood. But yeah, a lot of shit's happened, man, and we're not gonna talk about authority right now. We're gonna talk about buying a truck. I laced a video about buying your first truck a couple months ago, and it was good stuff. But if you got good credit, I'm about to save you some damn money, because I just fell into this stuff. And I went and bought this truck, and I went to Kenworth in Birmingham, and matter of fact, go to Kenworth in Birmingham, they gave me a free Yeti cup. It's the only way I'd get one. They gave me one. You'll spend 80 grand on a truck, and they'll give you $100 worth of damn Yeti cups. They gave me and my wife one. She got the black one, so I got the stainless. But anyway, I went down there and I put 10K down, and they was wanting 8. They wanted 10%, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut a money order for 10,000. So we'll put it down. Got financed with a company called Hitachi American Corporation. Now, Hitachi American Corporation financed my truck for 4 years at $1,900 a month and 42 cents with a 14% flat interest rate. I thought, shit, I thought I could do a little better on that, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I was looking at, say, a $2,000 truck payment. If it wasn't new, it's hard to finance them out for a long time if they're not new. So I was like, all right, it's all good. I can make that. And I'm going to pay that shit off early, so that 14% interest rate ain't going to be 14% interest if I pay it off in 2. It's going to drop that shit down to like 6, 7, 8% at the total duration of the loan. And I could pay it out early. It's no sweat. And they also wanted my checking account or them to have access to withdraw the funds electronically, automatically every month, which I'm not a big fan of that. But I was like, all right, cool, we can swing that. I'll just keep about $5K in the bank at all times and keep that as my threshold, just in case some shit go wrong. So, got the truck, came home a month later, and I just made a truck payment sitting at the house. And I'm like, all right, I gotta get me a trailer. So I looked around, I kept looking at trailers, and I came to the conclusion, based on everybody's opinions and views, that if you're looking for a trailer, if you want quality, you want to go Great Dane, number 1, Stoughton, and then let's see, Great Dane, Stoughton, or Vanguard. I like those Vanguard trailers, but they said those are going to have a better quality. They're going to hold a higher resale value. You know, the deck plate or the dock plate on the rear, it's 3/4 inches or a 1/2 inch versus a 1/4 inch. I mean, you're not going to mangle it up as easily. They're a couple pounds heavier, but they're made better. So that told me what I wanted to get. So I went with a Great Dane. I found a Great Dane. They listed it for right at, I think it's $23,500 or $23,900. I got dude on the phone down in Atlanta. Started talking to him. It's a 13 model. And I was like, this is what you want for his trailer. I could buy it new for like, roughly 30, 28 to 30, 27 to 30. I said, I don't know, I'm just saying. And he said, all right, well, in the end of the story, I got him down to 20,500. I said, cool, I can deal with 20,500. And I said, well, get me some financing, man. Because I went to my bank, I went to Wells Fargo to do all my business loans with, but I had a tax lien back in 2011 with income tax on Georgia. It was paid, but they said because I had that tax lien on there, Wells Fargo was so picky they wouldn't lend me the $100K I was looking for to get the truck and trailer at the same time. But it's all good. So I told dude, I said, get me some financing and we'll come down. First place said no, he ain't been in business long enough. I was like, I've been in business since 2013. Got 3 years of cash flow of 150 plus a year, so I don't know what the fuck they talking about. The second company, they wanted to finance it for 2 years only, and I'm like, no, that's $700 a month. I ain't trying to give $700 for a month for a damn used ass trailer. That would, I mean, I got prices on a brand new utility and it was going to cost me $560 or $600. I was like, no, not a used trailer, too much. Oh shit, I just banged that 7.0. You ain't Sam, you ain't gonna do good. 7.0. So I told him, I said, no, look, that's too long. That's too much. That's too much for a short amount of period. He said, well, and this is where some shit fell in my lap, and I'm gonna pass it on to you guys, because my shit's straight. So it ain't gonna hurt me, benefit me, nothing to put it out there. He said, I got this girl's information. You want me to give you her number and let her call you? He said, I know she finances equipment longer than 2 years. I said, cool, go ahead and give it to me, or give it to her. Okay, about 15, 20 minutes later, my phone rang. I picked up, and it said, this little lady from Michelle, this little lady said, hi, my name's Michelle. I'm with Georgia Farm Bureau. I'm like, oh shit, Georgia Farm Bureau? Shit, I've heard people financing with them, but man, they're stout. And she told me everything. I said, all right, cool, let's try it, let's run it. And she came back half a day later. She said, all right, I got you approved for the trailer, and it's going to be it's a 90% loan, so you're going to need to cover 10% and put 10% down. We're going to finance 19, and well, I put down like 16 to get it down to 19, or where I finance 19. And your trailer payment's going to be 5.6% interest for 5 years, because you wanted to stretch it out to lower your monthly obligation. 5.6 at $321 a month. I said, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, man, the good shit falls in your lap. And then this is where something key happened. Hold on, I'm hitting some bumps here. She said, didn't you say you just bought a truck? I said, yes, I did. I just made my first payment on it. She said, well, you want me to do a quote on your truck? And I said, nah, I think I'm all right. And she said, no. She's like, I done got your credit pulled up. It's not going to take a hit on it. She said, I could at least see what we could get. We might be able to extend your truck out to 5 years as well to get off that 4-year term. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, go ahead and do that. Call me back the next day. All right, I got your truck approved. We're going to approve your truck, and since you just bought it and you just put money down on it, we're not going to require a down payment. And just like your trailer, we're going to give you 5.6. I agree. It's too good. It sounds too good to be true for commercial financing. 5.6% interest rate on a truck. And that's going to drop your truck payment down, drum roll, $1,136 a month. So, yeah, you heard right. My truck payment is $1,136 a month for 5 years. Now, granted, I'm not going to pay on it 5 years. I'm going to try to have this bitch paid out in 2. But my monthly obligation, hold on, guys, I got to merge here. My monthly obligation is a little low, so that's what I want. That way, it's like I said, in case some shit goes down, it's easier to cover $1,100 versus $2,000. A trailer payment, it's easier to cover $321 versus $600. So I like the obligation low. All right. I think that guy's talking to me. Getting over for it. Sure thing, buddy. So yeah, that was my damn train of thought. All right, commercial financing, man. Your average is 10%. Even Wells Fargo, their commercial credit starts at 7.9. But Georgia's Farm Bureau hooked me up with refinancing my truck before I even went to work, and financing my trailer for 5.6% interest. So you got $321 plus $1,136. We're talking less than $1,500 a month for a 14 model W9 and a 13 model Great Dane. So score. So keep that in mind. Pull up Farm Bureau. They just started refinance, or they just got back into the truck financing, and I think it's because Trump's in office. Shit's getting ready to take off. So they're like, man, we better get in there and grab this money because shit's about to take off. So Farm Bureau is dealing with big trucks again. Farm Bureau, whatever state you're in, just type in Google, Georgia State or Georgia Farm Bureau, you know, damn New York Farm Bureau, wherever Farm Bureau, pull it up, Farm Bureau. And I asked the lady, I said, I got a couple friends that's getting ready to buy some trucks. What is the guidelines on credit? She said, as long as you got a 660 or higher and no bankruptcy in the past 5 years, I can work with you. I said, okay. I said, well, what was my credit? I said, I know it was around 700, but I just bought a truck, took some hits and shit. And she said, I don't know. I can't see that. She said, but I know you got good credit because they didn't ask for nothing. A lot of times people, they want to see bank statements and shit, but they didn't require none of that. Anyway, shit came back in the mail about the approval and all that shit, and you know how they put your credit score on there, and it's like a 709. 709 didn't have a damn bit of problems. But, well, hell, we got something going on up here. Get my butt back over. All right, I'm gonna cut this short. I think I'm running out on gigabytes on my damn space. I'm at 21 minutes. Sorry to keep you on so long, but oh shit, it done dropped back down to 6.9. I swear that was at 7. But anyway, guys, great to be back. Talk to you again soon. Peace.